Hey guys, it's Keith here, and on this week's episode of The Tattooed Dad, my fiance Samantha is going to help us out.
Hi guys, so today we're going to take this China Hutch and we're going to make it look old using a technique that we have not tried yet.
So stick around and we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so as you can see, we've taken the China Hutch apart. We realized it's going to be a lot easier to do it into two pieces and to move it around and to get everywhere we need to get. So we've gone ahead, we removed the top, we've mixed our paint. We're using a chalk paint and the old white. It goes on really thick and I don't want it to be real thick because we want some of the brown to show through. So I took a cup of the chalk paint and then I also added a half a cup of water to try to dilute it. Like I said, we haven't tried this yet, so we have no idea if it's gonna work. One thing I like about using this chalk paint is that the item you're working on doesn't need to be prepped very much. No sanding was needed at all when we did this project. You just literally paint the chalk paint right onto the finish that's already there. So it's definitely easy to use and it cuts down on a lot of time. So we've got one coat on, it's looking pretty good. I think it's gonna need at least one more coat of paint to get to where we want it to. It's coming along great. I think the technique we're using is actually working out pretty well. The chalk paint is really thick, so we diluted it with water to try to get a better, I guess, transparency out of it, just to see if we could make it look more antique. It turned out pretty good. I think we may have used too much water, so if you're gonna do this project yourself, I'd recommend maybe going a little lighter. You might have to do less coats. So we put on 2 coats, and it's not quite where we want it. So we're gonna go ahead and put on a 3rd coat and we'll see from there. We use foam brushes for it. I just didn't want to get any of the bristles into the paint, so we went with foam. It worked out pretty good. It goes on pretty smooth. It dries pretty quick. I let it sit probably about 20 minutes in between each coat just to make sure. We did find some areas where if you tried to put a thin coat on of the chalk paint, sometimes it would cause the layers below it to almost thin out and you would see darker wood coming through, but we really didn't care because we knew we were going to be sanding it, make it look antique. The bottom part of it's done. We got it to a point where we really like it, and we're going to move it off to the side. We're going to bring the top part in, and we're going to get started on that. It's turning out a whole lot better than I thought it was going to turn out, so that's always good. I hope you guys are liking it so far, and let's get that top done. So we got the bottom part done. We've got the top now in place. We're going to do the same technique on this one, except in the background of the China Hutch, we're going to add kind of a light purple. I removed all of the hardware from it because I wanted to reuse the hardware afterwards. I liked it. It's old brass, and I think it just has a lot of character, and I didn't want to put paint on it. The only hardware we didn't remove were the hinges. I wasn't too concerned about them because they're hidden hinges, so you don't really see them that much when the doors are closed. All in all, it was a fun project. Not much I would do differently. I installed all the glass back into it after it was done. It really makes it look a lot better. Well, there we go. We've got it all painted, and now we just need to reassemble it, put the top back on the base, and then I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna strategically sand it in areas to kind of give it that worn look, so it gives it more age. It'll give the piece more depth, and I think it'll pull everything together. All right, you guys, well, it's all finished. We've sanded it. It looks good. At least I think it looks good. What do you think?
I think it looks good. I think it kind of looks like a Barbie house, though.
Well, I guess it looks like a Barbie house. We've got one more step that we're not going to film. It's probably going to take me a little while to do it, but I'm going to build some shelves and maybe we can revisit this down the road. But for now, it's done. I like the way it turned out. I think the technique that we used was pretty good. We'll probably use it again on something else in the house. Maybe not this antique looking, but who knows. Anyways, let me know if you have any questions on any of the products we used. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give us a thumbs up, and tell us what you think. If you got any comments, let us know. Peace.